This is the Influencer Entrepreneurs Podcast with Jenny Melrose, where I strategize with business owners on how to grow and scale their businesses to hit their income goals. This is episode 280 of the Influencer Entrepreneurs Podcast with Jenny Melrose. Today, we're going to build upon the last couple Friday episodes that you've been listening to about SOPs, but we're going to talk about how specifically to grow your email list. One of the SOPs that I had talked about with you when we're talking about system, processes, and tasks, that we talked about system being email marketing, and we talked about your process. There were multiple, right? We talked about growth. We talked about sales, we talked about nurture. And the example that I gave from last week's episode on Friday with the SOP example was on how to actually put in a process of nurture. So today what I want to talk about is how to grow your email list, but we're going to be specific about it without needing to use Facebook ads. And I'm going to show you an exact strategy that I recently used that was very successful and can be used in any niche by putting together a bundle. All right, before we dive into the specifics of it, I'm going to walk you through the system you need to have in place in order to do that. I want to make sure that if you haven't already grabbed my Scaling for Growth guide, that you do so. Over the past couple Fridays, we've been talking about SOPs, the importance of it, and that workbook really walks you through that. Send me a DM at Jenny_Melrose, and I will send you that guide. All right, so let's dive into this whole idea of being able to do a bundle giveaway in order to grow your email list. Now, the way in which this is going to work is you need to be able to find others to collaborate with. So you are going to reach out to similar people in your niche that is going to have an audience that ideally is the audience that you're looking for. You want some people that you think are going to have a larger list and some people that may not have a large list. I think you'll be a little surprised sometimes about the size of people's lists. You assume that they have large lists and they may not just because they have 50,000 followers on Instagram. So the important part is when you're looking for people to collaborate is that you want to make sure that you are keeping track of who it is that you're reaching out to so that you know how to follow up with them. You also, when you are reaching out, want to make sure that they absolutely have an opt-in. They have to have a guide of some sort. So if you're listening to this episode and you're thinking, wait a second, put the brakes on here. First thing you need to do is go and listen to the podcast episode about growing your list with an opt-in, then come back to this probably in 6 months and revisit the idea of being able to do a bundle giveaway. For those of you that already are growing your list with an opt-in, so we're looking for others that also have an opt-in. You want it to be obvious on their website, and you don't want it just to be opting into their email in order to get their newsletter. That's not good enough. We want something that is providing value, a guide, a PDF, a workbook, ebook, something that is actually providing them readers with value by giving it away. So that's going to be your first thing. And the way in which I do this is I told you when we were talking about SOPs, I have a Google Drive and I knew I was doing a spring blogger bundle. Many of you probably signed up for it. So I started with a folder that was going to house all of the information about the spring blogger bundle. From there, I created an admin folder and then a contributor folder. And in the beginning, I wasn't putting a ton into the contributor folder because I needed to just focus on the admin side. So within that admin side, I created a email, which is the email copy that I sent to the people that I wanted to collaborate with. I also created a spreadsheet inside of Google Sheets that listed all of the people that I was reaching out to with their email address and when I sent the email. Just like I teach you how to do when you're reaching out to brands. Same thing, systems, so that you can keep track of these things and it just becomes very easy to know when to follow up. If you are thinking of doing a giveaway, I would recommend you give yourself at least 2 to 3 months to get this together. So if you are thinking about, you know what, I want to do a summer giveaway, and it is, by the time you're listening to this episode, the end of April, I would actually recommend not to do summer, but do back to school, do the fall, when people are actually paying attention, more likely to answer their emails. You know, the people that you are probably reaching out to also have kids that are home for the summer, and schedules just get crazy. So give yourself plenty of time to put this together. Now, once you have people replying that, hey, yes, I'd love to have this, your copy needs to give them the details. Now, I decided that I wanted anyone that was contributing to give a paid product that had a minimum price of $25. And I was not charging anyone's audiences for any of these products. I wanted to give it away for free because I wanted to grow my email list. You can do a bundle where you asked for it to be paid, and then you can have an affiliates, and there's lots of other pieces that go into this. But for what we're talking about right now, I'm talking about specifically growing your list. And you, as the bundle organizer, get all of those emails coming in. So you're going to send out an email that tells them exactly what you expect of them. I want a $25 product. And I also asked that they send a minimum of 2 emails to their list with 1 social media post. You may want to do the opposite. Maybe you want to do 2 social posts and 1 email. It's totally up to you. I told them I would provide them with the copy, the graphics, the landing page, all the things. And that way, it was less work for them. I made it as simple as possible. Once I had the copy sent out, I then asked them, their call to action that I gave to them was hit reply it was to fill out a form where it gave me the information that I specifically put in. And again, I used a Google form, just linked to it in that first email. They could fill that out. I could see what the value was. I could see what size email list they have, social media following. And I also asked a little bit, of course, about that product and to give me a code so that I could go in and take a look at that product to make sure that it was of value. From there, once I decided that it met the needs of what I was trying to get with that product, I reached out with a second email. So now inside my copy email from inside my admin folder, I now have a second email that says, okay, I love what you've put together. This product would be perfect. Here are the steps that I want you to do. And I asked them to create a landing page where when my people from my audience or anyone's audience clicked on it, that it would immediately show it at 0. I didn't want my people to have to know a code. I didn't want them to have to worry about that. So I asked them to create a landing page that had the logo for the actual bundle. And then on there, we also asked to make sure that when they link to it, that it went to cart with cart at 0. No need to put in payment information. Now, once we had that was part of what the copy said that I was asking them to do. I showed them an example of something I had previously done with a bundle and asked them that they would be able to create this, that I needed it by a certain date. I gave them about a month to create the page, and that I asked them to fill out the form once it was done so that I could put together the final sales page or landing page, because it's not really a sales page because all you're doing is opting in for a bunch of free stuff. Now, once I created that landing page, I asked for graphics and their headshots so that I could also create the graphics that they were going to promote with, but I could also put that then on the landing page that I was showing to everyone's audience of what they were going to get. Now, from there, what I did is I decided that I wanted it to go to a thank you Tripwire page where I was going to offer to anyone that subscribed for the bundle $20 off my membership site. Many of you have heard me talking about this, Mastering Your Influence. I'm offering the membership site for $29 a month right now, and that was part of the bundle that was offered. They also then received an email from my email service provider that I had uploaded, a PDF that had all of the products linked directly to the landing pages that all of the contributors put together. From there, they were then able to click on that PDF, go to all the different products and sign up on their own. Now, the way that this is beneficial to the contributors is because they're putting something together in cart, they automatically got that email. Anytime that they signed up for a product that was in Teachable, Podia, Thinkific, Thrivecart, people already got those emails, and everyone had it set up so that that would connect to their email service provider. They could then offer them something else, a tripwire, whether it was an upselling cart or whether it was coming later in a sales email funnel. So when you were looking at this, you were able to have, there's obviously multiple pieces that come into this. I wanted to kind of walk you through the way that those folders actually worked within that bundle so that you understood there was an SOP just for the giveaway. Now, the great thing is when I decide maybe in the fall that I want to do this again and invite other contributors to this, I can then simply go into my SOP folder for my bundle and tweak the emails that I am sending or the form that I'm sending or whatever it is that I'm doing, but I already have the bare bones structure. Everything is there. I can even hand it off to someone on my team and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. Here's the timeline and the dates that we want to send this out. Let's get this started. And I can be very hands off. It becomes more of my team taking care of it. So this is obviously, there's much more that can potentially go into a bundle giveaway. You're probably wondering, what do those sales funnel emails look like? And how are we making sure that the sales page is set up so that it converts? That, my friends, is what I'm actually sharing in this month, in the month of April, inside Mastering Your Influence. So if you haven't already signed up for that, please take advantage of that. We're giving you still $20 off. So it's $29 a month for the lifetime of your membership. You can cancel at any time. But next month, we're really diving into the specific pieces of how to do a bundle giveaway, because it's not just simply something I can give you in 10 minutes. Obviously, I've actually gone over on this episode. So there's a bit more that goes into it, but I want to get your wheels thinking about how can I do a bundle giveaway? What would this look like in order for me to grow my list? So let me give you a little bit of stats. On the date of this recording, so that you are aware, I have had, tomorrow is the final day. We did it for 5 days, the 20th through the 25th of March. Today is the 24th. I have had over 1,200 new email subscribers come in 4 days. 1,200 email subscribers in 4 days. Just let that sink in for a second. It is very beneficial. And there have been products sold off of that as for myself, as well as for my contributors. And their lists have also grown substantially from this as well. So if this is something you're thinking about and you want to really know the nitty gritty details, get into Mastering Your Influence. And you, of course, when you come into Mastering Your Influence, you get all previous content that has been put out and uploaded for you to be able to watch anytime. Plus, I do everything live. So you're able to come in and ask specific questions about how it could potentially work for your business. All right, you guys, I appreciate you all so much. If you haven't already grabbed that Scaling for Growth guide, send me a DM on Instagram. You can also still take advantage of my content marketing audit that I am doing for free. Just send me a screenshot of your rating and review on your favorite podcasting app in Instagram via DMs at Jenny_Melrose. All right, until next time, I will see you all then.